So hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. Today, we're going to do a little video chat between the two of us on enchantment.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this topic. It's a good one, Karen.
It's a good one. Now, some of you may not know what enchantment is, or you might know about it, but you call it something else. So basically, enchantment is where you put your intention or a vibration into an object. But I like that. I like that term. It sounds a little magical.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, we see it everywhere. I mean, like we can think of flower essence, like homeopathy. That's a form of enchantment. For those of us who cast spells, that's a way of, putting intention and energy into something. And then good old, what I think you're going to touch on is Dr. Emoto too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about that first. So there was a guy by the name of Masaru Emoto, and I'll just read you a little bit about him. He was a Japanese scientist who revolutionized the idea that our thoughts and intentions impact the physical realm. So just what we're talking about, enchantment. For 20 years, he studied scientific evidence on how the molecular structure in water transforms when it is exposed to human words, thoughts, sounds, and intentions. And he wrote a book, and it became a New York Times bestseller, called The Hidden Messages in Water. And to give you a Cole's Notes version, what happened was, he would take water and put them in glass containers, and he split these containers up, and in one room people would say loving words and send loving thoughts and just I love you and you're beautiful and all this to this one container of water. And then in the other container of water, he had people say, you're ugly, I hate you, and all those sorts of things, negative things. So then when he froze the water and looked at the crystals, the frozen crystals under a microscope, the crystals of the water that had all the good phrases, words, intentions were beautiful snowflake, magical looking crystals. And the ones that had the container with the water that had all the bad intention thrown into it, when it froze, all those crystal patterns didn't appear. It was very haphazard and disorganized.
Right. Yes.
Very cool.
Right. Because we are 60% water. Other parts of our body are greater, like, our lungs and our brain are more in the 80s. But, that just goes to show that if we are that much water, and if water is so affected by intention or even just words, think about what it does to our body.
Yeah.
Something that so my tattoos, for instance, are based on this concept. I've got joie de vivre, which is the love of living. I've got peace, love, and om. I have freedom. These are all very positive words. I have happiness. And all of these right here too have that same type of influence on the water in my system. And in fact, I go as far as to every place I live, I make sure that I put stickers on the water tanks, and I write love and peace and all the happy words that I can come up with on that water tank, just so that when that water goes through, we're bathing ourselves in that happy water.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. Well, I wanted to talk about another form of enchantment that it was a gift from a friend, and I'll show it to you. So this is it. It's oil, actually, in a little container, and it is actually called Saint Anne de Beaupré oil. So to tell you a little bit about Saint Anne's oil, so the church, the original church, St. Anne's Church in Quebec City, people used to come there to ask for healing, and sometimes, what happened. But people sometimes were too ill or too disabled to make it to the church. So they used to give away some of the oil in the sanctuary lamps. So now they actually produce the oil with a traditional blessing, and it's supposed to do all these sorts of things, including to heal the sick. So really, when you think about when they're blessing this oil, they're putting their intention into it, which is, exactly what we're talking about. So they're putting their intention in, and so this oil becomes high vibration. And then when someone gets this oil and puts it on a diseased area or an injured area, that high vibration then, is absorbed by the body. And we know that disease and injury has lower vibration than healthy tissue. So it's just influencing the body to go back to its higher vibrational state.
Right. Yeah. I think that that's a really great way that we can do it outside and bring it in while we work on our inside going out.
Exactly.
You're doing a lot of enchantment. I mean, even if we go back to before we started this channel, you would often do crystal infused water.
Actually using crystals for all sorts of things is enchantment. I have 2 crystals, and we did this in our crystal episode. I showed 2 black tourmaline crystals at the top of the front door. But you can also place your hand on the door, right? And just put your intention of protection into the door itself. That's enchantment.
And how easy is this for us, right? I mean, and if people remember, we did an episode on distance healing, and we talked about how they had done studies on the power of intention, and that people didn't even need to be trained on how to do that. They just had to try it, and it still gave positive results. So yeah, go to your door, do the protection there, the car, when you hugged your loved ones, send them love and protection. And there's so many ways that we can incorporate it into our everyday.
Yeah, even when people, do a little prayer before dinner, they're, sending that intention into their food. So another thing that I've come across that uses intention is that there's a colleague of mine, and she's an animal communicator as well. She makes blankets for rescue animals. And what she does when she makes them, she puts the image of the blanket on her website, and then people can send all their love and intention, good intention, into the blanket, so that when it goes to the rescued animal, that they have all these, wonderful vibes along with it.
That's nice.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool. There are so many places where enchantment takes place in our everyday. And actually, I'm thinking of a few more, like simple things like, when you're at a craps table and you ask someone to,
oh yeah,
blow on the dice for good luck. You just have to hope that they're actually intending. It's not just
The other one, now that I think of it too, is just homemade cooking. You put your love and energy into homemade cooking versus buying it at the store. And I think we all know how often it tastes so much better, and you don't even know why, but it's because the intention is in it.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. There's that extra love ingredient.
Yeah.
There are so many ways. And you know what? I invite our viewers to maybe comment below and let us know ways that they, do either superstition or intention or little acts that they never really considered were enchantment, but now that they think about it, they actually are. I'd be curious to know all the different ways that we incorporate it into our everyday without even realizing it.
Yeah. Even sending, a letter or a postcard with love.
Yeah. Or even when, now that we're more digital, when someone's going through something and you post, sending you love, sending you peace, that's an act right there.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. I love Enchantment. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to end this episode, Dawn and I want to send our good intentions to you guys, our viewers, and hopefully you feel it and want to try it for yourself.
Mhm.
So if you like this video, make sure you like it and subscribe.
And remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss another episode.
Yeah.
Until next time, yes, be well, give it a try. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it only does good.